Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pub Trivia Experience. My name is Chris and we are back with this is really our third episode in the Trivial Trivia Trials of Mike Mott. Episode 3 of this was not fair. It was a 2-on-1 ambush. No one saw it coming. It was beautifully planned, beautifully executed. It was the equivalent of the annexation of Puerto Rico from Little Giants. It was that good. But we are here tonight with another head-to-head. Mike, there's no tricks tonight. I promise you, there's no tricks tonight. It is mono. You're outclassed a little bit here, Mike. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead. Let's meet our contestants. First off, you know him, you love him. Huntsville, Alabama's own Mr. Mike Mott. Mike, my friend, how you doing? What are you drinking?
First of all, lovely annexation of Puerto Rico reference. It brings me back to the Draft Days sports movie episode a little while back when someone chose that as their team name. I forget who, and I was just like, yes that is fantastic. But I'm doing well. I am operating on very little sleep for about the 5th day in a row. I don't know why I continue to stay up past midnight as if I'm still in my 20s instead of not, but I do, and I'm an idiot. But hopefully I will remain relatively coherent tonight. But to help prevent that, I did bring a beer as well, of course. This is from the Good People Brewing Company, which is out of Birmingham, Alabama. I knew it was somewhere around here. And apparently it is their Snake Handler series. It's the Hazy Snake IPA. They call it an eccentric Southern Ale.
Tracy Chapman approves that beer purchase.
She does have a fast car.
Did he not sing "Paint Me at Birmingham"? Am I wrong? Oh my God, am I starting off this being wrong already?
Tracy Chapman as in the woman who sings Fast Car and
yeah.
Give Me One Reason?
Hold on.
Those are the 2 songs of hers I can name, to be honest. So you very well might be right.
No, it's a guy. It is Tracy Lawrence. Tracy Lawrence sings "Paint Me at Birmingham." I'm just going to go ahead and pop my drink now.
I will take your word for it.
It's been a week. It has been a week, so I grabbed myself a bottle that I do love and give myself a generous pour. This is my bottle of Hancock's Reserve Single Barrel. I am a little sad to say this bottle's getting close to empty. I will be very sad when this bottle goes away because I'm not going to get another one for a long, long time. They're very hard to get, but this is very good bourbon. If you can find Hancock's Reserve, it's about a $60, $70 bottle. It's worth it if you get it at that price. Not sure I'd pay much more than that, but at that price point, well worth it.
They're all about 20 to 30% more expensive here, so.
It's just so damn good. All right. We're going to head on up to Wisconsin, the land of the bubblers. Chris Siege, my friend, how you doing, and what are you drinking tonight?
I am doing very well. This is the first of 3 off days. I work a wonderful rotating schedule. So every 2 weeks, I start a day later in the week. So 5 on, 2 off, 5 on, 3 off, that kind of thing. So 3 days off, middle of the week gives me a chance to do some stuff or, maybe not do some stuff. And today I didn't do much. I am tonight drinking a Aberlour Speyside single malt Scotch.
Ooh,
it's a 12-year-old.
Love the Aberlour.
So my brother and I have a tradition every year. Well, it's his tradition more than anything else, but every year he buys me a new bottle. And I've had a number of very excellent bottles, but let's see if we get a pop out of this.
It's a good pop.
Nice.
And I cheated a little bit. I poured it earlier, so I do have.
I generally do that with the bourbon myself, so
yeah,
I don't consider it cheating.
Kitchen's over there.
Yep.
Not by the kitchen. Don't want to spill it. So,
yep.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. This is going to be a good night. So we have our standard hot seat head-to-head. I had a little bit of fun with it, so we're going to jump right into our pregame. So the pregame, it's going to be 10 questions. You're each going to answer them, so you actually have a chance to earn up to 10 points on the pregame. Each question is worth 1 point apiece. I am going to tell you the category. You're each going to get to guess. I am not going to give you any of the answers until the end, and we're going to go one by one through the pregame. So you're both going to lock in your answers, and then at the end, we'll go back and I'll give you the answers, and we'll find out how many points you got. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want us to send them in, or?
Oh, no, you're going to just lock it in here verbally, and I'll write it down.
Okay.
All right. So your pregame is going to be in movies. It is a Chris game after all. 2024 finally saw Chris Nolan break through at the Academy Awards, taking home both Best Director and Best Picture for the film Oppenheimer. I am going to name his last 10 full-length feature films. Using that list and just that list, you have to tell me if the movie I'm listing is in the top 5. So
Top
there's
5
10
of what?
of
Yes.
the top 10. Box office gross.
Box
Okay.
office gross. That's what I was looking for. What's the metric? Are these Chris's top 5? Are they box 5? Okay.
So by box office gross, all right?
Roger. Yep.
I'm telling you off the bat, there's 10, there's 5 yeses, and there's 5 nos. You're at and telling me, is this in the top 5? All right. But you're not getting the answers until after all 10 have been revealed.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
I have listed these alphabetically. So we're going to start with the first one. First on the list alphabetically is Batman Begins.
Lock in.
Okay. Sorry, it was taking me a while to list Chris Nolan's last 10 movies in my head. I didn't see any that would have knocked Batman Begins out of the top 5, so I'll say yes.
Chris, what'd you say?
I'm going to say it's no because it's too early, I think.
All right. Movie number 2 is The Dark Knight.
I'll lock in.
Lock in.
Chris?
That's a yes.
Mike?
That's a yes for me too.
Movie number 3, you guessed it, The Dark Knight Rises.
Locked in.
I'll say yes on that as well.
Mike?
I also said yes on that. And I'm already regretting my first answer because I just thought of the other movie that's going to be in the top 5. Anyway.
Movie number 4 is Dunkirk.
Locked in.
That's a no.
Mike?
I also said no.
Movie number 5 is Inception.
Locked in.
Yeah, I'll take a yes on this.
Mike?
I also took a yes.
Movie number 6 is Insomnia.
Locked in.
No.
Mike?
I also said no.
Movie number 7 is Interstellar.
Locked in.
Yeah, that was the other one I thought of. I was like, I bet that might be above Batman Begins. I said yes.
That's a
Chris?
yes. Yes.
Movie number 8 is Oppenheimer.
Locked in.
Yeah, this is my last yes, I think.
Mike?
It's also my last yes, and I'm taking that one of my yeses is going to be wrong because now I have 6.
Movie number 9, The Prestige.
I'll lock in.
Locked in. Like I said, that was my last yes, so it's a no on the Prestige.
Chris?
Same answer. No.
Movie number 10 is Tenet.
Same. Locked in with a no.
Yeah, that's a no.
Okay. So, movie number 1 was Batman Begins. Batman Begins checks in at number 7 on the list with $375 million.
Oh, so there's 2 that beat it. Okay.
Chris picks up the point there. Movie number 2 was The Dark Knight. You both went yes. 100% The Dark Knight is number 2 at $1.02 billion. Movie number 3 is The Dark Knight Rises. You both went yes on that one as well. It is a yes. Number 1, $1.11 billion. Question number 4 is Dunkirk. You both went no on Dunkirk. Not having a whole lot of love for Harry Styles in this moment is what I'm hearing. Dunkirk checked in at number 6, $530 million. So you both got the point there.
I was like, if there's two that beat Batman, the other Batman Begins, the other one was going to be Dunkirk.
Number 5 that you had there was Inception. Inception clocks in at number 4, $839 million. You both got the points there. Number 6 is Insomnia. Insomnia cracked the top 10 at number 9 with $113 million. Both got the points there. Number 7 was Interstellar. Interstellar, number 5, $731 million. Number 8 was Oppenheimer, one half of the Barbenheimer. Oppenheimer was number 3, $953 million. You're both picking up points there. Number 9 was The Prestige. You both went no. That is correct. The Prestige, which I still believe might be Nolan's best overall film, $109 million. And number 10 was Tenet. Of course, Tenet came out right during the middle of the COVID pandemic. Didn't stand a chance. Number 8, $365 million. Chris, you just swept the pregame.
Nicely done. Chris, I'll tell you exactly when I realized my screw up. I thought we were excluding Oppenheimer. I still would have been wrong with Batman Begins, but I thought we were going to have a Memento appearance as well.
My thought on it was just inflation bumps the numbers enough, and Batman Begins went far enough back that I didn't think that it was going to, even if it had the hype. The next two movies obviously had everything that it steamrolled on from, but I didn't think it was going to have the hype.
So here's where I was with that: is that Batman Begins barely broke even. From after you added marketing and all that, it barely broke even. So there wasn't even sure that the Dark Knight was going to happen. So I knew it wasn't going to be that far up there. But we are moving on. We have got our standard hot seat. We're going to go into hot seat round 1. Mike, you're currently trailing 9-10. Do you want to go first or second in hot seat round 1?
I will go second.
All right. Chris, you're going to kick us off here. You got a 1-point lead. Your time will begin after I read your first question. Here we go. What comic strip was created, written, and illustrated by Hank Ketchum, featuring a young boy who always gets into mischief?
Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace is a correct answer. Mike, who is the voice behind the conductor in the Polar Express film adaptation?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is a correct answer. Chris, what actor joined the casts of the following shows all at the end of their run? Happy Days, Dynasty, Love Boat, and Married with Children.
Oh, damn it. I know his name. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I cannot think of his name. I'm going to have to tap.
Mr. Ted McGinley.
Yes.
Mike, a dugite is a venomous and potentially lethal snake that's native to what country?
Yeah.
Australia? Australia is the correct answer. All right. Chris, founded in Pennsylvania in 1829, what beer brand claims to be the, quote, oldest American brewery?
Yingling.
Yingling is correct. Had some of that earlier. All right, Mike, we're going back to you. What is the appropriate title of the 2014 sequel to Dumb and Dumber, which was made a mere 20 years after the first film?
Hold on, let me think. Shoot. I think Dumb and Dumber was when Harry met Lloyd. I think that was the prequel. Wasn't it just Dumb and Dumber 2? But like the 2 spelled not like the number 2?
It was Dumb and Dumber 2, T-O.
Yeah.
Gotta love it, gotta love it. Chris, what founding member of the band The Equals had a solo hit in the early 80s with Electric Avenue? Do you want the question again?
No. Sorry. I should be talking through this, and I know the song. In fact, I may have just heard it within the last 2 days, and I do not have the artist. I remember listening to this playing ball in the alley, and I don't have it, so I'm going to tap.
Be Eddie Grant.
Okay.
Chris, what's funny is that I actually looked that up not that long ago because that song came on and I was like, I need to commit to memory who sang that song because I know it's going to come up at some point. And then when Chris asked it, I said, I remember attempting to commit that to memory and clearly failing because I cannot pull this right now either.
Mike, we're going to you. The U.S. Voyager 1 space probe took photos revealing a system of rings around which planet?
Voyager 1, I mean, is it as easy as Saturn? No, I can't. I mean, I'm just going to say Saturn.
No, it'd be Jupiter.
Jupiter. Okay. Yeah.
Chris, which Ben Affleck thriller is based on the true story of a CIA team that posed as a Hollywood production team?
Argo.
Argo, fuck yourself is a correct answer. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Mike, name one of the 2 former British colonies that gained their independence on August 15th, 1947.
August 15th, 1947. It's around the right time. It's going to be India.
India is correct. It would be India and Pakistan.
And Pakistan was the other one. Yep.
Chris, websites like the wallstreetjournal.com charge for some of their content by keeping it behind a so-called what?
Paywall.
Paywall is a correct answer. Mike, which video game originally featured the character Mario?
Talking about the very first one, you're looking for Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong is what I'm looking for.
Jumpman? Yeah.
Chris, what European country set up the world's first chemistry lab back in 1650?
For lack of a better answer, I'm going to say Switzerland.
Oh, not a bad guess. The Netherlands, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Mike.
Oh, well, yeah. Now I know where that.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Hidden in the word mosquito is the name of the capital city of what South American country?
Quito is the capital of Ecuador.
Ecuador is a correct answer. Chris, here's looking at you, kid, is a classic line from what 1942 film?
Casablanca.
Casablanca is correct. Mike, the TV series Roots, which tells the story of slavery in the United States in the 18th century, centers around a character with what name?
Kunta Kinte?
Kunta Kinte is a correct answer. Chris, what U.S. city's layout is based on plans by Pierre Charles L'Enfant? It was inspired by the Palace of Versailles.
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. is a correct answer. Mike,
Nicely done.
which Canadian singer-songwriter received a Grammy Award for her album The Woman in Me?
Canadian singer-songwriter. It's not Nico Case. Should be. I'm in a 1 and 2. I'll just say I'm between Celine Dion and Shania Twain. I just don't know which way to go. I will say Celine Dion.
If I had mentioned this also had the song Any Man of Mine would have helped you get to Shania Twain. Shania Twain's what we're looking for there.
All right.
Hey, Chris, did you know that the word sabotage is French? What exactly did the saboteurs use?
Their shoes.
Their shoes is a correct answer.
Nice.
Sabot means shoe in French, or sabot, but all right. Moving along, Mike. Which of these was not one of the original 13 colonies? Georgia, South Carolina, West Virginia, Pennsylvania.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, born and raised. That's a correct answer.
Technically, the entire territory was, but anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't you're right. All right. Chris, which extremely skimpy denim shorts were named after a character on the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard?
Daisy Dukes.
God bless. Daisy Dukes is the correct answer. Mike, which U.S. city is the setting for a bachelor billionaire and his bedroom antics in the novel 50 Shades of Grey?
Which city? Oh my gosh. I could not possibly tell you. I am going to say Los Angeles.
You're on the right coast. Seattle is what we're looking for.
Damn, Seattle did pop into my head too. Damn.
Quick time check. You got a little more than 6 minutes left in round one. Chris, if a tourist's fecal matter turns a bit red during a visit to Ukraine, they may have been eating what beet-based soup that they use as their national dish?
Borscht.
Borscht is correct. Mike, what word of French origin that means platoon is used to describe the main pack of riders in a cycling race?
I'm sorry. I'm still a little hung up on how you asked the borscht question.
That is an older question that very well may be a question.
I'm sorry. Was the French word for platoon?
What word of French origin that means platoon is used to describe the main pack of riders in a cycling race?
I feel like I should know this, but I'm drawing a blank. A brigade. I don't know.
Unfortunately not. Your wife has one, I think, a peloton.
Gotcha.
All right, Chris. What kind of animal is the Lorik? Is Lorik Björnsson in the Golden Compass?
I believe he's a bear.
Be more specific for me.
A polar bear.
Polar bear is the correct answer.
I was curious if you'd let him get bear. So
it's pretty iconic. We had to go be
pretty specific. Yeah, I agree.
Mike, we're going to you. Name the neurotransmitter that helps control the brain's reward and pleasure centers.
I'm bad with brain chemistry for some reason. The neurotransmitter. You're not. I don't think you're looking for dopamine, but that's what I'll say.
Dopamine is what I'm looking for. Nicely done.
Oh, okay, good.
Could be that one. Could be serotonin. Could be.
Serotonin was the other one. That's why I wasn't sure. So
I probably would have given credit for. I think I might have given credit for both. We're going to move on here. Chris, what iconic actor played the father of Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade? Accent is preferred.
Oh, let me see if I can dig this up. Oh, Sean Connery.
Welcome to the Rock. Sean Connery is the correct answer.
Losers whine about their best.
Some things in this boat don't react well to bullets.
Mike, what do winners do?
They go home and fuck the prom queen.
Well, all there's right, your E-tag.
Mike, an abbreviation of the term hypertext transfer protocol typically appears at the beginning of what?
A web address?
A website address is a correct answer. Chris, who was the author of the philosophical novel Thus Spoke Zarathustra? Thus Spoke Zarathustra.
Oh, and I have it up on one of my shelves, and it's actually the genesis of one of the more interesting characters that Gene Roddenberry came up to, the Nietzscheans. That's Friedrich Nietzsche.
That is a correct answer. Mike, on the cartoon series Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Which character usually wore an ascot?
That'd be Fred.
That would be Fred. These questions, they range, guys.
I know. he gets Nietzsche and I get Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Chris.
Which one's more nihilistic, you decide.
Chris, in a 2005 commencement speech at Stanford University, Steve Jobs famously told students to stay hungry and stay what?
Just stay curious? I don't recall the speech.
Stay hungry and stay foolish.
I was really hoping it was going to be stay hungry and stay horny, but
when you have as much money as he had, you can be foolish.
Also true.
Mike, hello, goodbye was the greeting of the Trafalmadorians in what novel?
That would be Slaughterhouse-Five, one of my all-time favorites.
Slaughterhouse-Five is a correct answer. All right, Chris. In the song Frosty the Snowman, what part of Frosty's face is made of a button? Nope.
Has a button? No, I'm good. There's movement over here. It's a button nose.
Button nose is a correct answer. Mike, known more for an oath named after him, which ancient Greek physician was known as the father of medicine?
Hippocrates.
Hippocrates is a correct answer. Chris, within 5 either way, how many bones are in the human body?
206.
You didn't need the 5. You got it on the nose.
On the nose. Yep. I was laughing because I literally just told my daughter this earlier tonight, and she was like, "I can't count that high."
All right. Well, I guess this is fitting. Mike, you're getting a Casablanca question. In Casablanca, what is the name of the nightclub that shares a name with the unproduced stage play in which Casablanca is based?
It's Rick's. Do you need more?
That is time. The nightclub is Rick's. The unproduced stage play is called Everyone Come to Rick's.
Everyone Come to Rick's. That's what it is. Yeah.
And with
or
that,
everyone's welcome at Rick's. Anyway.
Everybody Come to Rick's, I believe is what.
Is it Everybody Come to Rick's? Okay.
That's what I have in my notes, at least. So
you're probably right.
With that, that brings us to the end of Hot Seat Round 1. How do y'all feel about that?
I thought that was a really good round.
It was a lot of fun. There's some stuff there I should have had, but I didn't. So
I long lost track, but I think we're still neck and neck.
You're both neck and neck. Chris, you're going to pick up 14. Mike, you're going to pick up 13. Chris has got a 2-point lead. It is 24-22. And with that, we are moving into our halftime question. Your halftime question is going to be worth a total of 20 points. You're going to lock in 5 answers. You just need to get 4 of them right, and each correct answer will be worth 5 points. If somehow you get all 5 right, you're going to max out the points at 20, just so you know. Here's your halftime question. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is coming to North America. The U.S. host cities include Miami, Atlanta, New York, Boston, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Kansas City. There are 5 more cities in North America that will play host. 3 are in Mexico, 2 are in Canada. You have 5 guesses to name 4 of those cities.
Said 3 in Mexico and 2 in Canada?
There are 3 in Mexico, 2 in Canada. You just need to get 4 correct answers out of 5 guesses.
I'm going to lock in with 4 reasonable guesses and 1 piece of trash.
I'll also lock in. No sense in drawing this out.
All right, guesses are locked in. Here's the question one more time. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is coming to North America. You already heard me list off the American host cities, but there are 5 outside of the United States, 3 in Mexico, 2 in Canada. You have 5 guesses to name 4 of those cities. Chris, let's start with you. What 5 cities did you name?
So Canada, Toronto, and Vancouver. Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Cancun.
Mike, what did you say?
Actually, very similar, except because I was fairly certain Toronto would be one of them, and then I wasn't sure if they would throw the French a bone or not, so wasn't sure if it was between Montreal or Vancouver, so I just went with both, even though I knew only one was going to be correct. And then Mexico City, and I should have said Guadalajara. I thought about it, and then I rejected it for whatever reason, then locked in Cancun, even though it seems even less right than Guadalajara.
All right. Toronto is a correct answer. Mexico City is a correct answer. The other Canadian city is Vancouver. Nicely done, Chris. The other 2 cities in Mexico, one is Guadalajara.
Nicely done.
The last is Monterrey.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Chris, I've got you picking up 20. Mike, you're going to pick up 15. And before we head into round 3, let's kick it over to a word from our sponsor.
Hey, trivia lovers. Want to get the pub trivia experience in an interactive way? Check out Liquid Courage Entertainment. With a wide range of offerings online, LK has you covered, streaming a wide variety of trivia games on Twitch with one-of-a-kind formats like Tringo, Guesstimate, Mega Sheep, and more. Or check out the World Trivia Federation. With 36 hours to answer each quiz and no obligation, the WTF is the perfect solution to scratch that trivia itch on your own time. Come see us at twitch.tv/liquid_courage or check out patreon.com/liquidcourage to join the WTF for as little as $2 a month. That's Liquid Courage with a K. Innovative, interactive, intoxicating.
We are moving into hot seat round 2. Before we do, I need another glass of bourbon. Mike, did you grab a beer?
I did.
What do you got?
From the Straight to Ale Brewery, just up the road from where I live in Huntsville, this is the Monkey Knot India Pale Ale. This was the very first beer that I had upon moving to Huntsville, and it definitely made me say, I think I'm going to like it here.
I can't imagine saying that about living in Alabama, but sure.
Well, we have our saying in Huntsville is we don't live in Alabama, we live in Huntsville.
It's actually very, very apt. A guy at softball last night was talking about his brother was relocating to Huntsville because of all the job opportunities in the aerospace sector. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yep.
All right. Well, Mike, you are currently trailing 44-37. Do you want to go first or second in hot seat round 2?
I will go first this time.
All right. Your time will begin after I read your first question. Here we go. Mike, the Italian company Piaggio manufactures a vehicle under an iconic brand synonymous with their style of a painted steel unibody vehicle. The name is inspired by the Italian word for wasp. What is this brand?
I would like to go second, please. I do not know. Lamborghini?
No, a pressed steel unibody vehicle. That'd be a Vespa.
Okay, sure. I don't know cars.
Chris, who sang a duet with Dolly Parton in the #1 hit song Islands in the Stream?
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers is correct. Mike, in the Hunger Games films, what 2 actors portray Hamish Abernathy and Effie Trinket?
I would like to go second, please. No. Hamish was Woody Harrelson, and Effie, I believe that was Elizabeth Banks's character.
Correct. Nicely done.
Better you than me.
All right. Chris, since 1925, what food has featured an image of a Native American woman on its packaging? So it's a brand name, obviously, but it's they make a type of food.
Yeah. Land O'Lakes butter.
Land O'Lakes butter is a correct answer.
I thought they had recently changed that.
I'm assuming that's not from Land O'Lakes, Florida. God, I hope not. All right, we're moving right along. Mike, what type of insects live in a vespiary?
I'm going to guess wasp based on 2 questions ago.
I actually wrote those at the same time and randomized, and they just happened to come up in the same round. So, hey,
that's hilarious.
Chris, the Haribo Company, famous for inventing the iconic gummy bears, originated in what European country?
It's Germany.
That is Germany. Nicely done. Mike, which Dunkin' Donuts product is officially endorsed by Rachel Ray because she claims she cannot make it herself?
My history of ignoring everything Rachel Ray does is coming back to haunt me.
If you want to do a phone a friend, I can get Ben Affleck on the phone real quick.
I mean, I'm just going to guess coffee.
Coffee is a correct answer.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season is coming soon. Chris, we're going over to you. The Starship Enterprise is a fictional spaceship that features prominently in what sci-fi series?
Star Trek.
The hot seat does giveth and taketh away. It giveth there. Mike,
I've said it many times. Yes.
in the film Night at the Museum, what does night watchman Larry Daly throw to distract the Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Wow. The movie I saw exactly one time.
I love this movie.
Oh,
It
when your
wasn't that
kids
I
are
just
bigger.
liked it. I just never had a reason or opportunity to watch it again. What does he throw? His car keys. I have no, or the museum keys, or keys. I'm just gonna say keys. I have no idea.
Oh, the T-Rex is acting like a dog, so he throws him a bone.
I almost said bone, but that just seemed too on the nose. Anyway,
It's all right. All right, Chris, going over to you. Whose presidency negotiated the Alaska Purchase?
Lincoln.
No, Andrew Johnson. That was post-Lincoln.
Oh, that's right. Seward was together with both of them. That's right. Yeah.
Mike, name 3 of the 4 rock planets, also known as terrestrial planets.
Earth, Mars, Mercury.
Earth, Mars, Mercury are correct. Venus would be the other one.
Yeah.
Chris, introduced in 1928, Red Stripe is a beer that's brewed where?
Jamaica.
Jamaica is the correct answer. Mike, who starred in the TV show as the $6 Million Man?
Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. I know this. It's in there somewhere. To tap into it would take more than I've got right now. I got to tap.
Lee Majors.
Lee Major. God, that's exactly who it is. Yep.
I think your kids are asleep, so just tone it down a little bit. All right. Chris, in what European capital city were the 1952 Summer Olympics held?
Paris.
Oh, the 52 was Helsinki.
Oh.
Mike, made from a mix of mucus and concentrated melanin, what dark substance can be secreted as a defense mechanism by many cephalopods?
Ink.
Ink is a correct answer.
I was like, is that all you need? Okay.
Chris, in the film My Big Fat Greek Wedding, what does Aunt Vula say she'll make Ian when she finds out that he's vegan or he's vegetarian and he doesn't eat no meat?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm going to say Heroes.
No, it's okay. I'll just make lamb. Lamb is what we're looking for there.
Heroes
Mike,
or lamb. Okay.
Who composed the ballet Sleeping Beauty and the Nutcracker?
Tchaikovsky.
Roll over, Beethoven. Give Tchaikovsky the news. That's a correct answer. Chris, what type of animal was sent into space on June 14th, 1949?
A dog.
Oh, no, that one was actually a monkey.
That was actually.
Yep. I believe the monkey was before the dog, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, Laika was much later. I didn't realize the monkey was that early.
I thought Laika was first.
Mike, we all know that Mount Everest is found in the Himalayan mountain range, but in what mountain range is K2?
K2 isn't also Himalayan, huh? The Alps?
No, it's the Karakoram.
Oh, I did know that. Yep. Hence the K. Yep.
Chris, which cartoon character originally created on a napkin in a restaurant was licensed to PepsiCo in 1987 and was eventually used to promote 7-Up?
I need the beginning of the question again.
Which cartoon character originally created on a napkin in a restaurant was licensed to PepsiCo in 1987 and was eventually used to promote 7-Up?
The only thing I can think of that's a cartoon character related to 7-Up is the Red Spot. So the Red Spot.
Unfortunately, it's a character by the name of Fido Dido.
My guess was the exact same as yours.
I will go ahead and highlight that so we can come back to it just in case the Red Spot's name is Fido Dido.
I didn't know. I don't think the Red Spot had a name, but I'm curious.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. All right. Mike, Don't tell Joey Tribbiani this. What is the word which literally translates to shaded in French for one color fading from light to dark?
I almost wish you hadn't given me the Joey Tribbiani thing because now my brain's like over there. Faded from light to dark. I don't have it. Denouement. I don't have it.
Ombre. Ombre is what we're looking for.
Okay, I don't know what that has to do with Joe Tribbiani, but I don't know what denouement would either.
It's when he's giving out fragrances in Macy's, and he's in a feud with the guy in the cowboy hat dressed as a cowboy. He goes, Hombre. And they always say yes, and that pisses off Joey. All right, Chris. Okay. A contestant on the fall 2011 season of Dancing with the Stars, Carson Creasley first gained fame on what reality television show?
Carson Creasley. Is it Jersey Shore?
No, Carson Creasley was from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Okay.
All right. The first time I'm glad I went first.
Yeah.
Mike, Jack Torrance proclaims, "Here's Johnny" in which iconic film?
Damn it. I can't make the joke because I said I would no longer make the joke. I will just simply say The Shining.
I have Psycho. I can still make the joke. The Shining is the correct answer.
You can, absolutely.
All right. Chris, shepherds get all the love at the Cow Ball in Bohinj, a September festival in what Melania Trump home country just north of Croatia? Bohinj is the name of the September festival. Bohinj. In what Melania Trump home country just north of Croatia?
Is she Slovakian or Slovenian? She's Slovenia.
Slovenia is a correct answer.
Damn it! I thought you were going to go the other way.
Oh, it's just
damn it!
How many days of world lull and whatever?
Right.
All right, Mike, going over to you. In the iconic Zack Snyder film 300, the Spartans are fighting which army?
It's just the Persians, right?
It is just the Persians. That's correct. Chris, if a person has blue eyes, it is because what part of their eyes are blue?
The iris.
Iris is a correct answer. Mike, where was the airship Hindenburg attempting to land on that fateful evening in 1937?
Oh, gosh. It's New Jersey. I think it was New Jersey.
New Jersey's all I need.
Okay.
Is what I have, but I'm just looking for the state. Jersey's a correct answer. Chris, within 3 either way, name the year the following events took place. The Hitler diaries are published and later found to be forgeries. Sally Ride becomes the first American woman in space, and Microsoft Word is first released.
I got to associate this with what year I was in school when Sally Ride. Within 3, go 1984.
That is within 3. 1983 is what we're looking for. So I associate it with what year I was in my mom's womb.
Yeah. I associated with We Didn't Start the Fire with Sally Ride. I was like, Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride.
Yes, Mike, but there's no year in that.
True, but it's roughly chronological, so that gets you close.
Mike, what was the name of Tim the Toolman Taylor's co-host on Tool Time in the TV sitcom Home Improvement?
Richard Karn. No, I'm sorry, that was the actor. Al Borland.
Al Borland is a correct answer. Chris, which of the following sauces is not traditionally vegan? I am regretting writing this question now. Hoisin, Worcestershire, mustard, or wasabi?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire is the correct answer.
Well done.
Mike, what French expression means roughly the same as a done deal?
Fait accompli.
Fait accompli is the correct answer. Just a quick time check. We have got about 30 seconds left.
Oof.
Chris, what country faced its longest and worst monsoon season in 1978, leaving over 2 million people homeless?
Sounds like it was about the time for the concert for Bangladesh. So Bangladesh.
Oh, close. India is what we're looking for. India there.
Good guess, though.
Mike, what country links the following regions? Calabria, Liguria, Puglia, and Veneto.
Italy?
Italy is correct. And Mike, being that you did go first, Chris is going to get one last question. Chris, in addition to being the name of a Metallica album, what does the term "Ride the Lightning" refer to?
It depends on a couple of different things, but originally to be electrocuted by the electric chair.
That's what I have here, so we're going to give you the point there.
Guilty as charged, but damn it, it ain't right. There's someone else controlling me.
Well, when somebody gets tased, that they are very often referred to as being riding the lightning.
Oh, is that true? I did not know
that.
that.
I've only heard it associated with the electric chair, so nice to know.
Same, yeah.
All right, I've got one question to look up, so y'all talk amongst yourselves while I do some Googling.
The titmouse is neither a tit nor a mouse. Discuss.
All right, so we did a little bit of research. Fido Dido is not the spot. Fido Dido is actually that little character right there.
What the hell is that?
It's Fido Dido.
Never
clearly,
seen
but
that.
Yeah, I apologize for this being an audio medium, but Google it, listeners, and join us in the "What the hell is that" reaction. Or actually, probably all of our listeners are going to be like, "Oh, of course, Fido Dido."
It looks like Doug. He looks a little bit like Doug.
Yes.
He looks a little bit like Doug. I was thinking that.
Yes.
So we're going to come out of hot seat round 2. Mike's picking up 12. Chris, you're picking up 10. Chris has still got a lead 54-49 going into the wager round.
I am not going to lie, Chris. I thought you would own me in that second hot seat round. I thought I was down by 10.
No, honestly, I thought I had left more points on the table than I did there. So
5-point lead for Chris. Here's how your wager round is going to go. I'm going to tell you off the bat, the wager round questions feed into each other. So question 1 feeds question 2. Question 2 feeds question 3. Maybe not feeds, but leads. You're going to lock in your wagers based solely on the category alone. You can wager up to the amount of points that you have. You're not forced to wager. Wager whatever you want. You'll get the question right. If you get the question right, you will get the points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose the points. Gentlemen, are you ready for your categories?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Category number 1 is tech companies. Category number 2, animated movies. Category number 3, theme parks. Again, tech companies, animated movies, and theme parks. Lock in your wagers when you're ready. And wagers are locked in. Gentlemen, we are going to go question by question through this. Question number 1, your category was tech companies. Here we go. Today, officially known by a 2-letter acronym for the former company name, what tech company was founded in Palo Alto, California back in 1939 and was named after its 2 founders? It got its start producing a line of testing and measuring equipment such as low distortion frequency oscillators before transforming into a multinational IT company as it is today.
Locked in.
Sorry, Chris. Can I get you to repeat that, please?
I will try, but I've been drinking.
Yep. Well, fair. So have I.
Today, officially known by a 2-letter acronym, it stands for the former company name. What tech company was founded in Palo Alto, California back in 1939 and was named after its 2 founders? It got its start producing a line of testing and measuring equipment such as low distortion frequency oscillators before transforming into the multinational IT company we know today.
I'll lock in.
All right. Moving on to question number 2. The category was animated movies. Speaking of California in 1939, that same company's first oscillator was modified into one titled the 200B and sold to the Walt Disney Company to aid in the production of what iconic animated musical film that would debut in 1940?
I'll lock in.
Yeah, I'll lock in.
All right. Moving on to question number 3. George Schreibner, who also directed Oliver and Company, was tasked with directing what 4D attraction that today appears at multiple Disney theme parks, including Magic Kingdom, California Adventures, and their theme parks in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Paris. This attraction draws heavy inspiration from the movie that answers question number 2. What's the name of the attraction I'm talking about?
I'll lock in.
Well, my answer to number 2 is clearly wrong. Could you list the theme parks again, please? I'm sorry.
The theme parks include Magic Kingdom, California Adventures, and their theme parks in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Paris.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Magic Kingdom was in there. It's the only one I know well enough to be able to kind of walk my way around the park, but I'm not thinking of anything related to that. Anything else? So I'll lock in with an answer to number 3 that's completely unrelated to my answer to number 2. So okay.
All right. We're going to go question by question through this. Here we go. Question number 1. The category was tech companies, today officially known by a 2-letter acronym that stood for the former company name. What tech company was founded in Palo Alto, California back in 1939 and was named after its 2 founders? It got its start producing a line of testing and measuring equipment such as low distortion frequency oscillators before transforming into the multinational IT company that it is today. Chris, what was your answer and your wager?
My answer was HP, and my wager was 5.
Mike, your answer and your wager?
Oh, man. I forgot about it was named for the 2 founders. I was just walking my way through the alphabet, and if I'd gotten one more letter, I might have gotten there, but I got to G, and I was like, GE is a thing, and I forgot about the 2 founders thing. I locked in with GE. HP is correct. Well done.
HP is 100%. That'd be Hewlett-Packard. Mike, what was your wager?
12.
All right. That's going to bring our scores after question number 1. Chris has got a 59-37 lead as we go into question number 2. Your category was animated movies. Speaking of California in 1939, that same company, by the way, that's HP, their first oscillator was modified into one titled the HP 200B. I left that part out. And sold to the Walt Disney Company to aid in the production of what iconic animated musical film that debuted in 1940? Chris, your answer and your wager?
I want my second answer. I really do. My answer that I locked in was Bambi, and it was 5. I now know, based on the rest of it, I have a better idea of what it was. So,
Mike, your answer and your wager?
Well, for me, it was similar based on the third answer or the third question. I'm not liking it, but I thought of a movie that had some particular interesting animational qualities, and I thought of Pinocchio, and especially with the animation for Monster of the Whale. So I locked in with Pinocchio.
Unfortunately, neither of you getting the correct answer. That movie is, of course, Fantasia.
Yep, Fantasia. I almost locked in with Fantasia too.
I realized it after, and now I know what I just was at the answer to number 3.
Yep.
Well, your score is going into question number 3. Chris, you've got a 54-13 lead. Question number 3, category is theme parks. George Schreibner, who also directed Oliver and Company, was tasked with directing what 4D attraction that today appears at multiple Disney theme parks, including Magic Kingdom, California Adventures, and their theme parks in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Paris. That attraction draws heavy inspiration from the movie that answers question number 2, which is obviously now Fantasia. What attraction am I talking about? Chris, what was your answer and your wager?
Well, my locked-in answer was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is not at the right park, and so I lose 5 points.
Mike, your answer and your wager?
Mine's even worse because even though I thought of Fantasia for the second one and did not think of this, it didn't occur to me that PhilharMagic is likely based on this. I'm guessing that's probably the answer. But I thought of another movie, Disney animated movie that came out around the same time that has a theme park or a themed ride because Clearly, Pinocchio does not. And I just locked in with Dumbo's Flying Circus. I was just off on this one.
And your wager?
12.
So I didn't say it was based on it. I did say it took heavy inspiration, including
You did.
the scene
It's
in
true.
the movie where all of the mops walk in and throw water at Donald Duck.
Yep.
Was stolen Mickey's hat. Mickey's PhilharMagic is what we're looking for there.
Yep.
And with a final score that's no way indicative, I think this all the time, but no way indicative of how close that game was, Chris, you're going to pick up a 49-1 victory. Nicely done.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I can't, with the categories, I couldn't bring myself to wager heavy.
I didn't have any other choice because I was behind. If I was ahead, I probably would have done similar. But I felt like I was playing catch up this whole game. I mean, you aced the play in and never looked back. So, or not the play in, but the pregame. So I'm like in boozy territory, but in more ways than one. Well played though, sir. That was a great game.
This was a lot of fun. I very much appreciate the chance to come on.
Well, the good news is we're going to get you back on a bonus episode because Mike gets his chance for revenge over on our Patreon feed. So if you want to head over to patreon.com/PTEBB for any of these Mike Trivial Trivia Trials, we're going to have a bonus episode where the loser gets a chance at redemption against the winner in a category of their choosing. And you can head on over there to hear that. But before we go for the evening, let's give our panelists one last time. Give a shout out to any causes or anything that you're particularly passionate about. Chris, we'll start with you.
So for those of you who have heard me on some of the other PTE shows, I am a law enforcement officer. It's a tough job for me, but one of the big things that I see so very often is where people just don't take care of their mental health, or they don't care enough about the people around them to pay attention to that. And so please take care of yourself. Do what you can to keep yourself steady. And if you need help, reach out to somebody. And if you see somebody who needs help, grab on and do whatever you can to help them out, because I see some of the things that nobody needs to see. And the less of that I get to see, the happier I am. So
I will echo that sentiment as someone who is now officially in therapy for over a year now. Yay. I am not the person I am or as well adjusted as I am without it. So by all means, take care of your mental health. Whatever you need to do it, do it. Mike, what do you got for us tonight, buddy?
Yeah, actually somewhat related to that. As longtime listeners know, I'm a member of a band called the Datacorns with some buddies of mine from high school. And one of the other members of that band, Shok, recently started his own podcast. He's a child psychologist, and it is Ask Child Psych. It's available on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. I don't know if it's available on other platforms. They just released their second episode actually as of today. I say they, it's him, but it's quick little blurbs about what child psychology is, and answering any of the kinds of questions that you might have about that sort of thing. So sometimes when people need help, it can be at all ages. Certainly when you're young. So check it out. Give it a listen. He is a wonderful person, great friend, and I cannot recommend enough. He's an incredibly caring and incredibly intelligent person. So check out his podcast if you have any questions in that arena.
So if you want to know more about Ask Child Psych, listen to next week's episode, because Mike, Ashok is your next challenger.
I didn't even know that until just now. That's great.
We have been talking and he is ready.
Okay, I knew you'd been talking on the side. I just didn't know it had been about that specifically. Okay, excellent.
I have listened to the first episode of that show. I was fortunate enough to give him, I'm sure you did, Mike, as well, but some critiques on it and all that. He's an insanely smart guy who's very passionate about the work that he does. And it's in a field that is in desperate need of, not openness, but in desperate need of publicity. So 100% support Ashok in the work that he's doing. But you know what? If you enjoy the content that we bring you, be like our buddy Chris here. You can join us over on Patreon. I mentioned it earlier, patreon.com/PTEBB. That's your home for all of our bonus content, not just for the pub trivia experience, but everything on the PTE network. All the bonus content we have is right there. You've heard enough for midnight. For the pub trivia experience, I have been Chris.
I have been Mike.
I have been Siege.
See, now you changed it up. Now people are going to get confused.
I've been Chris.
And we will see you all next time. Until then, have a good one.